Hey, what's up, guys? We are back at it, Vice Wednesdays. To our right, we have ReZero with a mainly Rem build, but I think it's pretty meta. Yellow, yellow, blue. Um, against Afterglow Bang Dream. Shoutouts to Sunlight. Natural Light for the win. Soul Trigger on the Afterglow Swing to deal that damage. I'm not sure who exactly went first. I'm going to surmise that it is ReZero. I mean, that is like quite the opener. He has all three runners, so pretty poised to handle whatever the zero game has that Afterglow can throw at him. That being said, though, I mean, he still has option to basically, take out a card or just double direct attack for extra soul, and then on the off turn he can move one up to try to decrease that damage. He will contest the card though. Why wouldn't you? Just one more card that the Afterglow player can't use, especially since if he's turn 2, that's the only card he can play, then it's a bit rough for him. If he has the 3/2 in his hand, he'll probably clock now for the, yeah, there we go. Clock draw 2, pays 1, clocks at the end, at the lowest point of his clock to build up his level 1 game. See what else he has in his hand, honestly. Again, his starting hand isn't as good as ReZero's, so I think he'd be lucky if he had 2 cards to play this turn and tried to either side or direct attack in that regards. There's also the triple mill option. It is a mill runner for ReZero, so yeah, there he goes. That's 1, and he does have another 0 in his hand. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Triple? No, well, I mean, triple in the sense that it's the same card. I thought he was going to go swing 3 lanes. Yeah, attack phase, he says, I think. He's debating. Mill runner? Yeah, he's going to move the 1/1. Is he going to gamble? He's going to call it a day? Yeah. Mill 2 and no climaxes. Oh, wow. Calculated from ReZero. Let's go. Milled that perfectly. So he gets to level 1 first. I think that's where he wants to be. I'm not too familiar with his level 1 game. I think it's the Emilia Magro combo, so it really doesn't matter what's on his field or not. So we'll see what he does. He still has 3 cards that he doesn't have to use to keep baiting up this the Sugumis, I believe. That is the Afterglow level 1 game, which requires a reverse, of course, a Minami effect. If I was the ReZero player, though, I would really think about, like, just, having a runner in the back. That's a little bit rough. So he Ricky's into a climax, unfortunately. For those who don't know what the Ricky effect is, it's the first card of its kind. We usually call the archetypes based on the first card or the second card of its kind. Where if you play it, you may pay 1, clock yourself, and search for a level 1 or lower entree character, or named character, depending on your set, and add it to your hand. Yeah, so here's a full-on assault from the ReZero. I question this a little bit. It's not that he really needs then debate, like, is it worth the tri-lane losing 1 stock or not? He did no damage this turn, so honestly speaking, this is ideal for Afterglow too, right? Because he's exactly at 0/6, gets him to level 1, and then he will, play his level 1 game as well. So, yeah. Bam, draws 2. I'm curious if he has any more of the 1-0s in his hand. Probably has a climax combo. Aims to brainstorm. He'd be lucky if he hit one. He canceled a lot. Yeah, I didn't expect him to. So at this point in time, what I was mentioning to say, yeah, so there was a tri-field. So had ReZero opted to like not play the Ricky, because I mean he didn't use his Maguro combo anyways, right? To put one of them in the back. Sure, you lose one stock, but you also deny one Minami effect, which would have been closer to milling out his deck, right? Because that's another potential 4 cards he would have denied. That's a lot of climaxes out for Afterglow, though. He canceled 3, played 1. He might have another one in his hand. And he just milled 1. So he has at least 2 or 3 left in his deck. Yep. So there it is. I did manage a Soul Trigger, so yeah, just gets and the last Minami. That being said, though, I mean, if you don't, he stuck on those zeros for a while, so it for a 0, I mean, it doesn't really matter to him. I don't think. So, losing those zeros at this point in time is okay if it gives him the chance to amass his hand. Unfortunately, he couldn't cancel all the way, so he will level up if he decides to clock. I can't tell how much of the deck he has left. But if he has a way to kind of refresh soon in order to play the rems, because I'm not sure what the rem stipulation is. It might just be, I think it's 2 or less climaxes in the waiting room. But yeah, Afterglow I don't think really plays any backups to my knowledge in terms of this player and his deck choice. So, yeah. So those Tsugumis have done their job. They're probably gonna, get offed. He did opt to get a lot of the level 3s into his hand. Most of them are early playable. Brainstorm whiffs. He does appear to have like about 2 cards left, so playing playing his level 1 combo at level 2 isn't the best. Again, I would question why he didn't just retire the runners or anything of that sort. I don't know. He'll be losing this climax to the refresh, but what I mean by saying that, I mean he will be unable to get that CX back. Yeah. So he opts for the early play. It's a little safer bet rather than the 2-1. 2-1 needs the climax combo. So he opts to play the early play. That being said, though, it's a little bit risky in terms of if Rem is a 2 or less CX early play, because that means he can only cancel once on his turn, which means he might be taking a lot of damage. Because any more than he can't early play. Yeah, that's right. So she is 2 or less than in waiting room climax, right? Because at the end of this turn, he's gonna put the climax into his waiting room, and he still has 2 Maguro combos ready to go, right? So if he wants to use them, it would be detrimental if he hits another CX, right? Because that just means he can't play Rem at level 2. So it's a very unfortunate situation for him, because if he had done, I don't know how many of the Maguro combo, the Emilia level 1 he had beforehand in his hands, and he wasn't ready for it. But like I think all signs point to like he really was. He just didn't want to lose the runners. But because he chose to do that, he unfortunately no longer can play his early play Rem, right? Other way around though, it would have been fine. Because then at like where he is now, he would probably been able to play the early play Rem and have like a strong beat stick to beat over the 1-0s to make it super beefy. Because to my knowledge, for this Afterglow player's deck, he doesn't have much answer to a very giant beat stick. Actually struggles in it. Now he's in a predicament here because he was all ready for his level 2 game in terms of early playing, but he didn't get there. He canceled way too well. The ways to mitigate it, of course, he did get the 3-2 that allows him to level himself up. Very well played by the Afterglow player. It was lucky that he had that in hand. I wouldn't say lucky. Maybe he kept it just in case. Good of him to know to do that though. So now he's at level 2 as well. Early play conditions are out. I think for Afterglow it's 4 or more music characters. You get to early play something. He also has a 2-1 that synergizes with the early play. If the early play is on the field, it gets into just 6k. All in all, RayZero should be losing his entire board now. A lot of stock though on his side. So hopefully he'll do a lot of cancels. I think only 1, 2 didn't go back because I think 1 is still in his stock in terms of the RayZero player because he triggered a book and then he played the Amelia level 1 combo, which is the book. So he was at least 2 out. I didn't see any climaxes in his hand going into the refresh. We also know that he maggroed another climax too, so at most he has 5. I can't tell how many cards he has in his hands in terms of RayZero player, but I hope it's less than 7. Yep, top check, another CX. So it's a little bit unfortunate for Afterglow right now because he, I think he drew into a CX, checked top for a CX, and then he got a lot of cancels too. So that's 2 more out for him. So RayZero, if he does get sent to level 3 like pretty early, will deal a lot of damage. Afterglow player prepping for his endgame, which is the Mocha combo, very good combo. Off of a gold bar, I believe it is. On attack with the climax combo, you can look at your opponent's top two to 3 cards, and you choose what stays on top. And you also get to check the top 2 cards of your deck, I think. So I think it's 2, and you get to arrange them as you see fit. So you can calculate damage that way. You can take out CXs from on their part too. So very good finishing combo. Yeah, so a lot of damage. I don't think Afterglow fulfilled his early play conditions, so he just going ham here, which worked out for him. No cancels on the RayZero player's part, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. So a bit unfortunate, of course, as you can see, the RayZero player not exactly 3, close to 3. So not exactly the best range of where he wants to be. Options are, of course, to mill his deck. I think that's what he's opting to do. Try to mill himself out, level him, get to 3. Is there any way to do that, though? Seems like it. He does pay out, ditch. He has 5 or less cards, so he gets the free fresh. There we go, climax combo. Returns that, and plays, yeah. So if you remember previously from Friday, for those who tuned in on Friday, the RayZero player basically sat on this card for about 3-4 turns, allowing him to always search for a card on attack, which helped him in the end game because he compressed like so very hard. Now the conditions are fulfilled for the RayZero player in order to play the Rem. So that's also early play. Fortunately, he's like, I would say like probably a turn too late. This would be ideal one turn ago. About like this combo, but is it Climax combo? I'm not sure. But on attack for sure, he gets a search to his deck and stocks it for compress. No climax combo, just pay 2, give a character cancel on burn. Okay, sorry, yes. So the climax combo is to early play this 3-2. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, so we sent him to level 3. I think Afterglow is okay at this point. He has 6 stocks, so he can play 3 level 3s. Ray0 did heal 1, so not in the worst position. I don't expect him to die this turn. So the things Afterglow player kind of has to look out for is this Rizio player does run the tap counter, I believe it is. So and he definitely has enough stock to do it if it means keeping his 3-2 Rem alive or the 3-2 yellow 3-2 alive. Yeah, he is. He is. Okay, so he doesn't feel like expending all level 3s. So because it's I mean it's the 0 Ricky. That card goes to stock on the play of that particular 3-2, allowing him more stock advantage. The 3-2 on play heals to memory. Yeah, he plays the Mocha, and he does have the combo in hand, I believe. This is the gold bar. Yeah. So he's poised to reverse the whole board, I believe. So we'll see if he has the tap counter in hand, or at least a backup. Wait, did he manage to get the is that the 2-1 alarm or the 0-0? I think it's a 0-0. Gains bonus power because of the 0-0 play. The 0 in the back on the climax play gets to bounce back to hand and give power. He gives power to the center. Gets the reverse off. 1, 2, 3. Sticks. Oh, 4 he triggered. So that's a bit rough. It's a lot of damage he just took there. Still 2 more swings as well. Oh, he did end up playing double Mocha with the Climax combo, so he needed to cancel here, in other words. If he has a tab counter, like now really is the time to use it. Climax combo looks at the top 2. Keeps the 2 on top. Looks at his 2. I don't think. I think he got a trigger on one of them, which is what he's debating about. Debating about choosing how much damage he wants. Probably like debating the 3 versus 4. Because he only saw the top 2, didn't see a card. Probably thought if 4 might be. There it is. Pay 1. Pay 4. Taps the other one. There we go. There's the tap counter. Yeah, so enough stock for that. It is reversed though, unfortunately. Cancels, yeah, there we go. So he only saw the 2, he couldn't take out additional cards. The CX was not part of it. He chooses, yeah, loses that card because I think they were equal attack, which is why. With the backup, I believe. Unless the tap counter doesn't give power, but I think it does. Because the 2-1 is the power, and then the additional 4 is the rest. That would make sense to me. A little bit low on stock, of course, now, so like it's tough for him to finish the game. So he'll need to draw into something. It gives 2-5. Yes, thank you for that confirmation. That's what I figured. He does manage to get another Rem. So that's nice. Gets the heal too. Rem should have been, yes. I think that's the same amount he gave to the Mocha. I don't know how Mocha got power to beat her. It's a good question. He would have had to get what was it, 2,500 somewhere, so extra 15 because he played a gold bar. So he's just going for Hail Mary right now. Take 2. Afterglow player does have a fair amount of climaxes out, so this might seal the deal. Book for 3. 3? Oh, the God cancel. All right, it's gonna be rough for the it's gonna be rough for the ReZero player, I think. Yeah, no clock. Just plays out another Mocha. Does he have another climax? My God. Good Lord, dude. Refresh not soon enough, so that doesn't really matter. What matters is how much climaxes he has left. And we, like, based from the Afterglow player's hand, he has another one. So as the ReZero player, like, if he had any way to give power, or at least tie with the Mocha, I would have gone killed the Mocha. Especially since, like, if he wasn't familiar with Mocha now, last turn he should have saw Mocha's power in terms of, you know, looking at his top 2 cards. Can't take the risk of having 2 Mochas go off, or even 1 really, but like. That's if you couldn't handle 10k, which I find hard to believe, especially since he just played a climax anyways. So Rem would have been 10k. It would have matched at the very least. He does have the runner out, so he can mill if he feels gutsy. Hopefully the 1 mill isn't a climax. But at the same time, does it really matter based on his mochas on the board, right? Because even if he mills 1, double mocha checks basically 4. Yeah, I would agree. So if he grabbed the Reinhardt 2K counter, would have been fine. He does run, block the soul damage. And at the very least, right, even if he didn't end up using the 2K counter for whatever reason, that's one less card in his deck. That is a lot of damage. Oh my god. Well, boys, there you go. The unanswered 5. Climax on the bottom of his deck. Didn't even end up using the mochas. Yeah. So there you go. I think the ReZero player, you know, as my friend in the chat has mentioned, should have pulled the additional Reinhardt card out of the deck on the Climax combo with the Felt. Not Felt. Is that her name? The yellow early play. I haven't watched the series, so Felt survived. Yes, that does sound right. Yeah, Felt. Someone asked JP how his realm died with the tap counter boosting. If Jonathan or anyone over there can ask that question, that would be swell. I too would like to know. Because it did seem like he gave the bounce power from the 0/0 to the center. But yes, that is game 1, friends. As we wrap that round up, a little bit of, I won't say questionable play because I don't understand the entire circumstances around why the ReZero player opted to play his level 1 combo later, 1 turn later, rather than going for it at that point in time, being the first to hit level 1. Especially since it's aggro, it doesn't really need anything. Unless your fear was like you hit to level 2 so fast, or you don't hit to level 2 so you don't have anything left to play. But at the same time, because he had 3 runners, he can opt to just play 2 of the aggro and have some next turn. Remember, chat, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because a character looks underaged and is 1,000 years old doesn't mean you should. I think they're selling the other rounds right now, so we will be right back for round 2. Thank you for watching, and see you at round 2. Alright guys, we're back, round 2. We know our afterglow player, same player from last round, and I think it is Love Live Sunshine to the left based on the mat. Of course, I'm not sure until the cards are played. As we know from last game, the afterglow player just aims to get the Tsugumi combo off. And yeah, we didn't really see his power of the level 2 combo very much last game, but he does have a potent level 2 combo. Not climax combo, mind you, so maybe I shouldn't say combo. Level 2 game, if he had the chance, and just as equally strong as if not a stronger, level 3 finish. Oh, I think it might be Summer Pockets to the left. Even though it's a Lovely Sunshine mat. Nice mat, though. I want to say that is Summer Pockets. It definitely looks like it. I'm not sure if he's playing the early play 2-1. That allows him to stock 1 and search 1. Very strong card. That being said. He does begin the turn, so Summer Pockets that is. I don't think he is running the coin flip card. A lot of people kind of agreed with that. I wouldn't say a lot of people. I know players that play the coin flip card at the beginning, where if they are reversed, I think you check top, and if it's like a level 1 or higher, you can bounce it back to hand, kind of hold off their loop that way. Not reverse, start of opponent draw. Sorry, start of opponent draw. Oh, the SP flex. Into stock, though. We'll see. So it looks like Afterglow didn't really have too strong of a level 0 game. Taking a lot of damage, not having much stock to show for it. Not that he really needs it. It's a full field, so if he has a full field of Tsugumis, he's fine. Unfortunately, he didn't get his 3-2 in the clock, which allowed him to Ricky to find the other one. He also did end up drawing a bunch of climaxes too. I say bunch, but he has 3 in hand. Yeah, so a little bit of a bind. I'm not sure if he's even ready for 2 of them. Might be able to do 1. See what he wants to do here. On play ditch CX salvage, I think it might be. Or maybe just like a Rize, or maybe no effect. I didn't exactly catch what happened when he played the other card. Clock swap. So he does. Is that the alarm that builds stock? No, I don't think so. We'll see if he does. But that is a pertinent alarm in the Afterglow deck. A lot of I wouldn't say a lot. Several other decks might spam just the green card just to have it up on clock, because if you have 4 more music characters, you get to blind stock. So he does end up playing 1, and bam. So there's the 2K1s. He doesn't have a full field, but he will get the Minami combo off, so he gets to at least get 4 from the top here. Probably opting for the early play, unless he doesn't have any of the level 1s in hand. Or any level 1s in hand, I mean. Just in case like he cancels or anything like that, stays in the level 1 game. Afterglow not known for like their strong walling of any sort, just, you know, thought they could mill through the deck and whatnot. Yeah, so he keeps the level 1, gives power there. No chance that these zeros are going to beat over anyways. Merely a formality. Good count. I wouldn't say good cancels. Hope this one sticks for 2. 1? 1. That's a bit unfortunate. Although I think there's a Ricky. Summer Pockets might have a Ricky. I'm not too familiar with Summer Pockets, so I will leave it at that. Not much he can challenge in the level 0 game though against the other side. If he has a Ricky, this be great. If not, it's a little bit rough. Ricky is only an 8 gold bar build. Okay, so gold bar, of course, being a green card, and if it's a full 8 bar deck, it's chances are he ain't running it. Brainstorm Salvage 2, I think. He hit 2. He does run standby trigger, so there is that. I didn't see any standbys being played. Might be able to trigger 1. If he has an extra card in his hand, that'd be great. At least he can side or anything of that sort. He did pay 2 stock, I think, to Brainstorm twice. He did have a lot of stock. I don't know where it all went. Nope, just going for it. I'm not sure if he's siding or not. Yeah, no, he crashes. Pay 1, send a memory, gets to call out the 1-0. Ah, that's why. Okay. Get some nice beaters on the board there. That's how the other one got there. I was like, oh. Okay. Or maybe that was through standby. That one probably should have been on standby. Via standby. With Encore effect. I think he encored it. So that explains that. What is Afterglow gonna do though? See, he didn't hit level 2, so no early play. I think he did manage to clock the relevant 2-1 that I was talking about in terms of getting a free stock. He just needs 4 music characters. Okay, so yeah, just I'm guessing just swings. He is up kind of half a level, Summer Pockets anyways, so we'll see if he does do any canceling. He did Brainstorm and hit 2, so might throw a hitch into his plans here. Pump Power on beginning of Climax. Yeah, there's the blind stock because he has 4 more music characters. Also drops the gold bar just for that additional power to try to beat over his wall. And then this sticks. So the level here. And a bunch of damage. So this direct attack was for 5? Oh, doesn't matter. I think so. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would have been for 5. So let's cancel. Ideally, he cancels this as well, poised to just keep encoring those 2. Does stick. He will be refreshing soon. Not the worst, of course. If he manages to get like all those cards not into the refresh, that'd be swell. Yeah. Clock, draw 2, so now he will refresh. So there's a lot of cards not going back. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have the stock per se to match. Ideally, you want a lot in hand, a lot in stock, some in clock, and then we refresh for that compression. Yeah, Summer Pockets, from what I saw in his hand, is poised to do what my friend in the chat is saying is a high roll triple Shiruha, which is the 1-0 that on Climax combo changes to the 2-1, which on reverse you get to what was it? Stock 1 character from waiting room and either check top, add to hand, or search for 1. I'm not too sure which is which. He'll probably have to correct me in chat. Brainstorm whiffs. The power of this combo, of course, is the fact that you don't need to pay anything for it. I don't think. If so, then it would be a bit unfortunate because he doesn't have the stock. On play, draw 1, ditch 1. On play, draw 1, ditch 1. On reverse, blind stock 1, salvage 1. Sorry, so it's salvage 1 and blind stock, sorry. Thank you for that correction. Is it happening? Is it time? Drop down the CX. There we go. Bam, there's a 2-1. Bam, there's the 2-1. Is it happening? Bam, there's the 2-1. So as my friend said in the chat, it's a high roll strictly speaking because, as you can see, you need six of those in hand. 6 cards in hand and the climax. So now he'll get back his hand. And hopefully he won't be blind stocking his climaxes, of course. That's the risk with blind stock. He will build up a bunch of stock, but real question is, is it going to be clean? We won't know until we see the cancels. There's the trigger. Last card of climax doesn't go back because it's in resolution zone before the deck is shuffled and refreshed. Blind stock and then salvage to replenish hand. Probably gonna keep his utility game up. Doesn't have to. I mean, he can also choose to get his end game. Right now, the world is hunky dory for Summer Pockets. They are pretty big too. Afterglow cards do get the early play game from Afterglow is also nothing to scoff at too. So there is that. He also runs the utility, of course, in the Afterglow deck that on play of Climax, he can bounce the particular 0/0 and give another character 1/5. So there are ways to boost his power. He also decided to clock the 3/2, so he's just gonna go at it and search for something he needs, of which I am unsure of. Sending yourself to 2/6 seems to be a bit odd to me, but if it works for him, he is now a full level behind the Summer Pockets player. Yeah, so let's see what happens here. What does Afterglow player really want to accomplish right now? That's the question. Just generate stock and wait for the end game. Hope to deal as much damage as possible. He does brainstorm the one Climax card out of his stock, so that also didn't go back during the refresh. Yeah, just drops the cards. Yeah. No early plays from the Afterglow player, saving all his stock, I think, for the end game, which is fair. I mean, he's at 2/6. Doesn't really matter. Gains power 2k. Those Shiraha should be base 9/5 right now. Did he match 9/5? Cancels and reverses. So that's a win for the Afterglow player. Simply because the Minami effect goes off, Cascade. So if this one beat over the first Shiraha, this one certainly will beat over the other one. Oh no! So he opts to back up the second one, and of course this one's crashing. So he doesn't manage the same one. It's very odd that he didn't back up the first one. Center might be a bit stronger because of the back row cards. I'm not exactly sure. It might just be like 500 to center or something like that, which allowed him to back up this one versus the other one. Summer Pocket's pretty poised again. He's basically a level up at this point with the ability to just generate stock right now, beat over the remaining 1/0 off Afterglow, and playing whatever costless card he can find into the remaining slot, unless he drew another 2/1, in which case now would be the time. And sorry, unless he drew the other 2/1 and had this Climax. I don't see a Climax in his hand either, so it's probably not. Deciding what to clock, I think he wants additional cards. Yeah, additional cards, always good. Brainstorms. Quite lucky of him to have clock 2, not draw a Climax into 2. So he salvages 2. I think that was the backup he used. If not the backup, that is his end game. It's 3/2. Damn that glare. Looks like a 0 utility card. Or the Musashi, I'm not sure. Summer Pockets does have a Musashi, and he is playing yellow, so really. I would question playing the 1/1. If the choice is up to me, I'd probably send like the back row up one. You want to save like a bunch of stock as possible, especially since like your 2/1s are already beating over. Oh! Okay. Salvages 2 more. Well, that's a lot of climaxes up from Summer Pockets. I'm hoping he'll have some way to refresh soon. Or his deck is so low it doesn't matter. One of the two. Not a bad way to go. Yeah, he gets another 1/1 for I don't know what reason. Question mark. Win trigger. I probably wouldn't win anything unless you want to do more damage. With those two climaxes out, I might have just opted to win the 1-0. That being said, if you feel bloodthirsty. One more damage is of course one more damage closer to 7 because he is at the brink, right? If you force him to be at 3-6, he could not have clocked. And he's low on deck anyway, so I think right there I probably would have winded. If he cancels is whatever. Because you don't really lose anything, right? That's the 1-0. The fact that you could potentially put him at 3-6, I think, would have been the stronger move. Maybe not the smarter move, the stronger move. Not that I don't think he would like to clock anyways, but I mean, if he was at 3-6, it would have guaranteed. He has 4 cards left in his deck, so he can't clock anyways. Oh no, he just brainstorms. Brainstorms, hits 2, so he searches for 2. That's a bit rough. He knew that I'm pretty sure he knew he had 2 left. Mochas though are fine. If he manages to play 3 Mochas, he'll heal 3 during the Encore step. I don't think anything in Summer Pockets right now will be able to prevent the Mochas going off and reversing. The 2-1 might be able to contest, being 9-5-ish. Plays 1 Mocha, plays 2 Mocha. Where's the 3rd one? Give me the 3rd one. Ideally, he plays the 3rd one. He doesn't have a 3rd one. That one does heal though, so I mean, effectively the same. Yeah, so he also gets an additional stock because the particular 3-2 he just played down is what sends the other one to stock. Yeah, double Mocha. I mean, if he runs Musashis at this point, like after this turn, it is definitely just 3 Musashis or 2 Musashis and whatever your other finisher is. English is hard. Yeah, it drops down the combo, so he can. I feel like he can bring Summer Pockets to level 3. Him finishing the job though is quite low unless this sticks. Nope. He's gonna check 2. With that cancel, he probably doesn't have anything onto the top 2, but if he does, it would go bye-bye. Yeah, no, he keeps it. Checks his 2. He probably wants to keep, the soul triggers. He wants to trigger on this one. Yeah, he keeps the trigger. Okay. I see you, Afterglow player. So level 3, close game. What he wants to do now is kick out a CX. Yeah, he does just that. And he also wants to put a trigger on top. Yes. Also cancels this. I mean, that's fair, right? Like I said, I knew he'd hit level 3, but the chances of finishing is quite low from 2-3 to 4. So let's see what Summer Pockets can do. As the seal the deal, he needs to deal 4 damage. Mocha, of course, healing at the Encore phase. Again, ideally, he just dropped the Musashis if he does run the Musashis. No thinking involved there, IMO. In my opinion. I think that might be the, I don't know actually what that card is. I think it might just be like on play he can draw up to characteristic and then ditch. No, he did ditch, so maybe it's draw 2, ditch 2. Nope. Draw 2, ditch 1. Probably just a cantrip. I think that is the Musashi, if memory serves, which is good for the Summer Pockets player. And he plays another. There we go. It is the Musashi. Thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, so even at this point, he's not like contesting for power or anything. Like, you just want to wail at it. And as someone could confirm, the power of Mocha to heal is just that it has to be there during Encore phase, rested during Encore phase? Or does it have to be after a Climax combo? Middle is Icy Tail Michiru. Does that require a Climax combo? Is that the Climax combo? Is the switch trigger the Climax combo for the Icy Tail Michiru? For those who don't know about the Icy Tail Michiru combo, it's the it's Ditch 2 effect. Okay, so it's a Ditch 2. You get to mill the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck, and you burn equal to each CX. Musashi for 1. So here we go. Note that the switch trigger does not give soul, so he is hitting for 2. Mill the burn 1. Oh, yeah. Mocha heal is from on play. Oh, okay, thank you. So Icy Tail, here we go. He's gonna ditch 2 cards and gonna end up burning 4, milling 4 and burning egg. No climaxes. So this is just gonna be 2. He needs to trigger. That is not a trigger. Holy crap, dude! Afterglow canceling like it's going out of style. Disgusting. He took 1 damage that turn. He took 1 damage that turn. How is that even fair? That was 1, 2, 3, 4? 5? That was 5 instances of damage, and it dealt 1. Here's another heal. Afterglow player just stabilizing well. Opting not to clock, of course, because if somehow Summer Pockets also cancels like a god, then he'll be at least less closer to dying. It's Hail Mary time anyways. He doesn't need cards in hand as long as he can play said cards. He's fine. Ditch 1, yeah. There you go. He's just playing it, just cause. Why not? Checking for the alarm effect of that particular card. Of course, I don't know that one off the top of my head. I feel like that one might have a give another character like on reverse effects or something like that, but of course I don't know. Nothing really to think about for the Afterglow player besides power. If nothing else though, as the Summer Pockets player, if he lives this turn, if his center card gets reversed, I would probably pay to save it if he has nothing else. Oh, then again, it's up against level 0, so it doesn't matter. Pay 1 scry. I think that's the effect. Keeps it there, so he has to deal. He has no climaxes, mind you. So he has to trigger both. Afterglow player must trigger both, or at least one of the 2 souls he has in his deck on one of the cards, at the very least. One of the 2. Judge is called time. So the way we work time in our weeklies is 3 turns. And whoever has the most damage loses at the end of those 3 turns. Just crashing. Pay 1 from the alarm effect to scry. For 2, so no triggers here. Alright, so this is it. He has to trigger. And if he triggers, Summer Pocket has to cancel. Nope, no trigger. And cancels anyway, so it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. He cannot pay for the encore effect. Yeah, seeing as Icy Michiru is still on the field, this should be over. Refresh for the Summer Pockets. If Summer Pockets is able to, he probably should search back the Musashi. Just play it again. Afterglow has like basic amount of CXs, of course, as you know, based on his ungodly amount of cancels last time Summer Pockets tried to finish the job. He does clock his climax. So really doesn't matter. Heals 1 anyways. I think that's his other alternative finisher, of course, which is weird that he didn't do anything with it. Brainstorms, nothing. Nothing left to do but to swing, really. Plays over the Musashi with just the regular 0/0. Not a bad move per se if you're trying to do like exact damage, I think, because it only needs is 4. And right now those level 3s are swinging for 3 apiece. So yeah. Ask how many climaxes are in there. The answer is too damn much. Real question is, does he want to swing and hit the 2 first? Or does he want to hit the 3 first? And when he wants to use the Icy Tail Michiru effect in the middle, which is, as we know, is Ditch 2. And oh, he runs. That might actually be more advantageous for... Oh, is that the last one? Is that the last one? Oh, he doesn't use the effect. Is it only on play? If someone could figure that out for me, that'd be swell. I can see it as only the first time you play it. A lot of laughter going on in the background, but that's okay. Here we go. On attack anytime. So yeah, this is very weird why I don't think he did it. For 2. And he cancels! Holy God. I think there was a misplay here. I really do. There should be no reason. Yeah. He has to do 3 damage. Should have swung with 0 first. Yeah, that's what I thought too. If you know how many cards he had left in his deck, then I think I would have used Icy Mitru first, right? Probably knew the last two cards were clean. Here we go. He has to cancel. He has to cancel. Nope. Nope. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't use the Icy Mitru effect again. He had enough cards in hand to do so. At the very worst, he burns the 1, and then the refresh damage would have kicked in earlier, which allowed him to swing, I guess, easier. Just gonna have to look, think about that for a little bit, I think. Having the 0 attack first to deal 2 damage would have put him at... Or was that the one that canceled? That would have canceled. Memory serves. So if the 0/0 canceled, then he'll have the 2 left. And then, like, he knew there would have been no climaxes left in there. So he would have just probably swung with the 3. And then when the deck refreshed, he would have swung with the Icy Tail. But yeah, Afterglow player, like, literally canceled like a god. I hope he has enough luck to get home. Hope he has enough luck to get home today, boys. I would like to wish no ill will on him, but that was a disgusting amount of canceling at the end. Backline level 3 also gives Soul on swing, so it might have been a good idea to push it up. Yes. I did not know that, but if that effect was a thing, then I would have pushed it up, for sure. Because you could also then dictate damage, seeing as he didn't have a climax. Because if so, in this particular scenario where the first one cancels and he knows he has 1 left, and he had like 4 cards left, that additional soul to one of the empty slots would have been just 4, right? And that would have killed him. So to our left, of course, we have our resident Afterglow player who sacked the crap out of Summer Pockets last game. And we have to our right, it looks like a Love Live player, but you know, as last game, as we clearly saw, the person with the Love Live mat played Summer Pockets. So you never know. You never know what you rep with. Alright, so we're jumping into round 3 right away. Rolling of the dice. Afterglow player loses, so he'll be going second. Alrighty, so we begin, and I'll finally see what this player is playing. Hey, it is Love Live, but it's Sunshine on top of the old Love Live mat, but that's okay. Also a Star Wars fan, but hey, no hate, no hate. Afterglow playing his runner. And another card to boot, the draw 1, ditch 1. Probably asking how big it is. But I believe the 0/0 is just an oversize on the Love Live Sunshine, so it doesn't run or anything like that. You're just going to take the damage, take 2, and probably another 2. Another 2. Cancel? Nope. Sticks. It's okay with Afterglow. I don't think he really minds staying in the level 0 game. Gives him a chance to build up stock. Love Live Sunshine always liking stock. That being said, they're also very efficient at it if he runs the Chica into Yo early play combo. Yeah, you're just swinging. Hail Mary. He has to beware. I'm not sure if he knows of the level 1 combo from Afterglow, but it is a thing, especially now. Very poised. 3 cards, probably easy reverse. He does draw the climax. Does he have the 1/0s? He does have a fair amount of climaxes in his hand, though, so he'll need a way to get rid of them. Using his draw 1, ditch 1s, probably. If he's a god, he'll draw 1, ditch 1 into the 1/0. Oof. Another climax. Does he have the brainstorm? Quite unfortunate for Afterglow right now. He also canceled one before this match too, so we know there's at least 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I mean, all he can do right now is swing, right? Yeah, he just plays a 0 game. If he's going to play the climax, now's the time. It's very difficult for him to probably use an outlet for all of his climaxes or most of his climaxes, so this is the next easiest way, as well as doing damage as well. Probably the gold bar, keeping the split 2k, yeah. Keeping the split 2k, of course, because of whatchamacallit, the fact that is level 1 requires the 2k1 split versus the gold bar, which is his endgame. Another cancel, quite fortuitous for the Sunshine player. That's fine. One sticking into all that damage with the climax is actually like very good for the Sunshine player in terms of I won't say tempo because I don't exactly know enough about the game to mention tempo, but things are going the Sunshine player's way, such that like he knows the Afterglow player is out a fair amount of climaxes, knowing that he canceled one, gold bar into gold bar, so you know at least 3 is out. And if you think about it logically, if you're prepping for the 1/0 game, it's not out of the question for him to have one of the climaxes in his hand. Love Live Sunshine player does seem to run the early play combo, which requires the 2/1 Rico, I believe, into the clock to allow the Chica to be early played. And Chica, by paying 1, can early play the level 3/2 Yo from the waiting room. Very strong combo, such that a Yo on attack mills the top of the deck and burns equal to level. So you get the burn right away. Plays the Akatsuki Ruby, and then he drops the 2 soul? I feel like that's the 2 soul. 1, 2, 3. Yes. That's for 4, maybe? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is rough. This is exactly where Afterglow player did not want to be. Yeah, there we go. Does manage to cancel one of them, though. What would have been super unfortunate, of course, is the fact that he wouldn't cancel any. 2 soul. 2 soul giveth and 2 soul taketh, my friend. A lot of damage was dealt. But now the Sunshine player also knows that he is hurting for climaxes, seeing as he's just clocked another. My goodness. Someone keeping track of this? I think that's 6. Right? Maybe even 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 in hand. So yeah. Brainstorms. Would love to hit a CX. Does not hit a CX. He actually doesn't have any of the 1-0s in hand. It's actually really rough for him. At best, I think he might be able to play a costless card to swing. The Brainstorm did not work out. Yeah, just normal swing. 1-2. That's fine. If he draws another 2-soul, this might just be like the death of Afterglow right here, right now. If I think any savvy player, if you do have a climax, like right now is the time to play. It doesn't matter what kind of climax it is, as long as it gives soul. You know he's out so much from that clock. Really sucks for Afterglow too, because he didn't even get the 1-0s out to mill his deck fast enough. The Brainstorm was like his one saving grace to be able to try to. Is he just going to drop it? He drops another 2-soul, the Madman. He has another one. There's a DPS race, boys. Good lord. Ideally, he cancels this one, so the other 2 direct ones are going to hit. Oh, it is a runner effect, so he's asking, like, how big is everything? Yeah, okay. Still swings with this, of course. Climax combo, he adds that to hand. Well, like, basically one last cancel. Here's all the direct attacks. Last direct attack. That's a lot of stock. That's a lot of clean stock from the Love Life Sunshine player. Actually ridiculous. Oh, that's so lucky. That's so lucky. Those last 2 were positioned so perfectly from the Afterglow deck. I say lucky, but you know, if you had like 2 cards in like 8, it's not that bad. But it's a lot of stock from the Love Life Sunshine. The unfortunate bit right now, of course, is the fact that he doesn't really have much of a mill, so his deck doesn't really have any means of fitting itself out right now. Oh no, he's almost there. Search adds 1. 3 cards. This matters because we know he has 1 left. If he triggers it, it's going to be unfortunate. Oh, he does. He does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He has, he'll be out too after the refresh. He also has to ditch a card. I think he might have too much. Yeah, I think he has too much. Man, if he had a Brainstorm or something, that would have been perfect, honestly. That is a little bit unfortunate in the fact that he wanted that last climax to cancel damage. As a result, he might be taking a lot of damage this turn. Afterglow player using the Ricky effect for more cards. His compression is not as good as all the other games right now, so a little bit in a rough spot. But as we know, he does have the climax for his 1-0 combo, which he drew 1 of, and he just Rickied into the other, so he at least has 2. That's 8 cards off of his deck, so it's compression if he doesn't hit any climaxes. And super unfortunate if he does, because he only had 6 to work with. Yeah, he's just playing costless. He's just building that stock he needs to, especially for the end game, Mocha end game, or whatever have you. He needs it. Just giving powers based on the alarm effects. And by alarm effect, I mean the 1-0, I think, gives on climax phase additional power. So that's where we're at. Refresh. That is a lot of stock, of course, so the compression is there. He has a full hand, full board, full everything. And so the compression is actually very strong, even though he's out 2 climaxes. Because that's let's see. 1 card in level 6 cards, 7 cards in clock, 8, 8, 13, 13, 7, 20, 20, like 28 cards. So that's unfortunate. So that's another climax out in terms of his refresh. So he only has like 5 left. But again, still relatively compressed. On the flip side, also unfortunate from the Afterglow player, he milled 2. So there's like 3 left in his deck. Love Life Sunshine player, not worried at all losing those cards right now. Mocha, saw Mocha, it doesn't have Mocha, probably add Mocha. He's gonna mill. Milled another one. There's like 2 CXs left in that deck. He's gonna eat a lot of damage this turn unless they're not like the next 2 cards. Real good cancels by Sunshine. His deck is also small, so he doesn't really need too much milling, but again, a Brainstorm would be swell. Lot of stock, like very poised. It's Sunshine's game to lose at this point. Clocks a 2-1 Rico, allowing him to early play the Chica. If he's a super baller, then of course he plays 2 Chicas and plays the other Yo on top of it for the double burn. Akatsuki ditches the Yo because he needs the Yo in the waiting room. Yeah, just gets another card. Does he have the Chica, though? He does. Pay 2. Pay an additional 1? Or did he pay 3? Might have paid 3. Yeah, he's paying 3. Gets the other... yeah, so like I said, just... he has enough, so he gets the double burn off. Ideally, he has a 2-1. My god! He has it! He's very poised right now. The 2-1 Rico allowing him to see what is on the top of his deck, or allowing him to put the top card, salvage. Yeah. So now he knows how much damage the next card will deal. Work around it. Very, very good combo. This is a little bit nerfed in JP in terms of choosing conditions, but in English, there is no such condition, so you can play whatever you want in Sunshine. Yeah, and he plays 2 soul because why not? He knows he's out a bunch of climaxes. 3-4? Yeah, this sticks. This might be a game here, guys. Like, Afterglow is just hurting so hard. Mill. Oh my god, it's the high roll. It's the high roll. Does he want to side? That's the real question. Does he feel like siding now? Yeah, there's the cancel. Another high roll. Holy. Okay, cancel. If he high rolls it, then... oh yeah, that's it. That was the last climax. Okay, 2 souls win the game, boys. That was actually so unfortunate from Afterglow. If it wasn't a 2 soul deck... Jesus. He would have still been like really tough to come back if it wasn't a 2 soul that he played that turn, but oh god. 2 soul giveth for the souls for the Sunshine player. Taketh away the life of the Afterglow player. I mean, that's fair, chat, right? You saw what he did to Summer Pockets last round. It was only fair. It's only fair. The gods have decreed you cancel too much. But yeah, as you saw, Sunshine just generating all that stock in order to do that one move at level 2. Cancelled super well, refreshing too. And the unfortunate thing about Afterglow is he wasn't able to get anything off. Bricked with a lot of climaxes with really no way to salvage anything or search out his 1-0s in order to mill his deck faster, to plus, and again, compounded is the fact that our Sunshine player is also running the 2 soul. So there you go. And that is round 3. So if you want to stay tuned, we'll be back for round 4. Be right back. Alright guys, back for round 4. To our right, we know our Sunshine player. 2 still working out for him last round. See if he does the same this round. To our left, of course, our resident Nisekoi player. Based on the Luck and Logic sleeves, of course, I am pretty sure he's playing Nisekoi. Got some very nice shuffling going on here between the two. It's very nice. That was a 3 into a, I can't read that, into a 2. So I think Sunshine Player goes first. Managed to hit his 2 soul off the get-go. Nisekoi player debating what to ditch. Ditches 4. Basically all the pendants, Marika, and the salvage trigger, or salvage climax. Gate climax, if you will. Probably the better name for it anyways. Clock straw 2, swings, no big deal. 3 sticks, that was a trigger of course. Clock straw 2, that's fine, he doesn't need the 3-2 Chitoge until the very end. Plays the 2 or less character Chitoge that increases her attack by, I think, 1,500 and gets Encore if 2 or less. Raku very good. Of course, he ditched all the pendants because he knows he can get them back. Gets back the search pendant. Quite quintessential to the way this Nisekoi player runs his deck. Of course, he runs the JP Onoderas as well as the JP Marika, which you only are allowed 1 copy of if you're playing Japanese. Runs the center, 0 reverser Chitoge. He plays Trifield, just going for it. It's very interesting. Top check whiffs. No, wait, it doesn't whiff. It just keeps it on top. Deals 3, sticks, swings for 1, sticks, and if this is for 2, 3. Hopefully it cancels. There we go. Long last card. Good player. Not sure if Sunshine wanted to be at level 1. I don't think he does. Again, he's completely fine keeping it at the level 0 game. Unless he doesn't have any level 0 cards, in which case it's a bit unfortunate. He does have his level 2 game ready to be assembled in his hand, though. That being said, the Yo has to be in the waiting room and not in his hand. I'm not sure what that particular Dia 00 does. Unfortunate, so he doesn't have the 0. So, it paid off. Nisekoi definitely, Gambit, if you will, paid off in terms of just playing 3 cards and hopefully some of them sticking around. Brainstorm hits 2, search 2. Probably the Onodera. And he did trigger his anti-change Chitoge. Gets 2 of the top checks. If a pendant is in the waiting room, memory, she gets the level 1 bomb effect. Doesn't matter right now because we're just swinging. Salvage trigger, more cards in hand. Nisekoi player is, I think, quite fine with that, but he is out quite a fair bit of CXs after that Brainstorm. Hitting for 2. Now triggering for a gate. He also ditched a gate initially, and also drew into the stock, red stock, and soul. Sunshine canceling wall. Cancel 1. So that's fair. It's not too disadvantaged. He is level 1 though, so he gets to start his counterattack with his rubies. Kotsky, is he going to mill through his deck? A lot of cards that he probably doesn't need. Ditches the CX. Unfortunately, hits into 2 though. That's a bit harsh. If he has a brainstorm, like now's the time to use it. He also has another 2 soul enhance, so he is actually out a lot too, because he also canceled like twice. Once or twice, since the game has began, anyways. Plays the other rubies. I think they're the same. They might be like an SR version. I'm not too sure. They almost look the same to me. No, they are definitely not the same. The text box are different, so never mind. I think it comes off of the 2 soul though, which will be coming down soon enough. The Karens, to keep them alive if need be. Very good card, especially if he enters the level 2 game with them, because he keeps his Yos alive. Alright, it's a lot of damage. See if it all sticks. It all sticks. 2 souls paying off. A lot of climaxes out by Nisekoi, so not too surprising. He should be canceling this last one, though. Yeah. There we go. Nisekoi just entering the level 2 game. He's fine with it. He might not be ready for it. That being said, he draws another climax. He doesn't have his 1-0s, though, so it doesn't really matter. Does he have a way to salvage it? Yeah, he has a pendant. He hasn't used his pendant yet, so if he still has any in his waiting room, now's the time to search for one. But he will probably be unable to take out a CX. Brainstorm. For the remaining climax. Doesn't hit it. Pay 1 to search pendant to memory. What is he going to get? Onodera? He has 1 of the level 1 climax combo. As well as 1 more climax left. It's going to be a little bit dicey. He has to work around it. He has to work around his climax. Ideally, he doesn't trigger it at all. We already know that he triggered 1. So if he has anything that costs right now, now's the time to do it. But he also has 2 in his hand. 3 potentially out. Check top. It is the climax. It is the climax. He wanted a character to ditch. He wanted it so bad. Oh. Level 1 bombs across the board. Just going ham. He doesn't have Onodera, so he just needs the stock, honestly. Because Onodera in Japanese calls for another Onodera, calls for another Onodera. That being said, though, he only has 1 pendant in memory, so the condition is not fulfilled for the early play Onodera. Stock soul to get more stock. I think that's the only way to do it. And try to hope for the 2k1. Nope, he just goes for the straight 1k1. Triggers the salvage. Probably salvages the Marika? Raku, that makes more sense. Pendant might be going to memory, so. He has a pendant and clock, that's why. Very smart. Level 2 to Sunshine? Now the cards aren't reversing, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, there we go. Not the worst. I think the Rico actually got into clock, so if he has all the correct cards, he doesn't need to. Pay 1 goes back to hand. Wants to keep that. So it has a bit of a staying, quote unquote staying power. Pay 1, check top. If on trade, it gets to add it back to hand. The ruby, anyways. That combos off the 2 soul. He has about 5 cards left in his deck, so he has to play this kind of carefully. Because, of course, the Yo has to be in the waiting room for him to summon it early. To play it early from the waiting room via Chica's effect. Okay, so the Rico wasn't there, so he has to clock it. Does he have the Chica? Now's the time. He has to play Chica now. Moves up the Karen. So he didn't actually save any of the characters on the board. It's very interesting how he'd rather pay 1 to check top and added it back to hand, rather than just have the Karen stay on board. Brainstorm. So he'll at least salvage 2? Might be a salvage. That's unfortunate, though. That's 2 brainstorms. So that's 2 climaxes not going back. And that didn't cancel on his turn. Because if he was sitting at like 2-0 and these 2 climaxes hit, or canceled rather, then he would have been just fine. Now that he's halfway to 3, it's a little bit dicey because he's a little bit more than half a level behind. Nisekoi, of course, about to refresh as well, so most of the climaxes will be going back in. There's 1 stuck in his stock because I don't think he was able to pay it out. And he has also 1 left in hand. So 6 will be going back in for Nisekoi, if my math is correct. Refresh damage. Salvage 2, yeah. That's the only 2 you can salvage. So that was actually ideal. That's so rough. That's so rough. Does he have climax in hand? He doesn't. So there's that at least. There's no Yo in there either. So he can't early play. I mean, he can early play, but like he wouldn't be able to call out the Yo. He has no way to ditch for the Yo. No Ruby either. No Ruby Akatsuki to enable this to happen. He needs some way to do it without paying stock, because he needs 3 stock in order to call out the Yo. Nothing? See what he wants to do. Just has to swing. Be a bit rough if he just has to swing. Yeah, see, he played it over anyways, so he wouldn't have to waste the stock. It's a little bit rough. I don't know if... I think that's how Karen works, right? If a cart were to be reversed and sent to the waiting room, you can send this card instead and rest that character. I feel like that's how Karen works. So he could have saved the other 1-0 instead of, you know, paying 1 stock, check top, adding it back to hand, and still playing over the Karen anyways. Save yourself a stock. Yeah, ditches the Yo. See, if he had 1 more stock, he would have been fine. Paying for that 1 stock was a huge misplay in his ability to early play. If you had 1 more stock, it would have been fine. His advantage would have been nice. First 2 swings. Well, first swing. Let's see here. It definitely stuck, and now he's hitting refresh damage. So yeah, that was really good. Nisekoi actually did not take too much damage at level 2. Draws into another Onodera. He also has the pendant, so he's actually quite set. All he needs to do is play 1 pendant, and then he can play like another Onodera, fetch himself the Marika, and he is poised for stock and hand, and heading into the end game if he even needs it. If 1 Onodera goes down, that's fine. He still has the ability to play another Onodera to fetch another Onodera. Hits 1, searches 1. Hits the Marika. Gets the Marika. That's very interesting how he doesn't opt to go for just the play I mentioned. Yeah, rest 2. Because he didn't need to brainstorm. Because the Onodera would have fetched for him, and he would have had 2 cards to swing. Because those cards, in particular, I don't think are very strong. Yeah, there's the 2 climaxes. Man, 2 climaxes in there and Nisekoi still canceling? What a god, dude. Yeah, plays another 2. Gets another card. Free fresh? Nope. The 2-1 Marika that gives power. Allows him to beat over things. Very good card. Nice tech of his. Allows his Marika to maybe reverse a card that she otherwise wouldn't have. Still has 1 climax in, so I don't know what he wants to do. There's another one, check top. It is a climax, unfortunately. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Plays the stock soul, just getting more stock. He does need a few of it to get off Marika's effect. Pay 2, and then he has to pay an additional, like 2 ditch 3 in order to restand Marika. Salvages the 2-1 anti-change, very smart. But I mean, it doesn't matter because he got sent to level 3. A little bit rough for Sunshine because we do know that his refresh state wasn't exactly the best. For 1? Mills the top 4 cards. He plays the backup that forces the player to mill. Cancels. He was trying to mill out an additional CX, depending on how many CXs he has left though. That's a little bit rough. I think those are all CXs just left in the deck. If he didn't do that though, I think he would have had a lot of damage left over. On play, pay 1, gets the Yo out. There you go. And he has to play another card. Onoderas are kind of big right now, 500 global, as well as an additional, I think, 1k, because you have 2 or more key characters, something like that. Onodera's not small, anyways. I think she might be at least like 11. Akatsuki event, not event, sorry, Akatsuki. Ruby gets to pick a card. I mean, the only other card is the 0/0 probably. 3/2? Gets another 2/1. Interesting. Getting the 3/2, he might have been able to early play again, or not early play, play Yo should she die, but Karen's on the field, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't see how many climaxes up, but probably a fair amount. Ditch 1, check top, salvage. It is a 2 soul. That is not what he wanted to see. He has to sack very hard right now to oh, okay. So on play, Karen puts the top card, checks top and can leave it on top and put it on the bottom. He opts to put the 2 soul to the bottom. Yep, changes the powers. He wants to get over the Onoderas. Now, Nisekoi does have a 2-1 backup. He did see him salvage it. Will he get big enough to do so? Burn equal another 2 soul. Jesus. Doesn't matter. Cancels. See, if he didn't mill the 4, I think that would have stuck. It's always such an ambiguous... No, I wouldn't say ambiguous. A very tough call to use said trigger. You know what I mean? Jesus, and it cancels. So hopefully his deck is thin enough, at least he'll cancel the next attack from the next Onodera. Card was big enough that the 2-1 seems like it wouldn't have worked anyways. The Rico giving it a lot of power. 3-2 giving it, I think, as well as a lot of power. 2-2 itself, I should say. And here's the direct attack for cancels as well. My god. Well, again, Nisekoi still at a very decent state. All he really needs to do is generate stock enough for Marika now. Honestly, he drew a CX. All he needs to do is drop cards. Drop cards, thin his deck. Build stock. There's a 2-1. Clock himself. Salvage. Yep. Gets another Odera. Plays 2 because the pendant condition is fulfilled. Gets this gate trigger out. Very good. Gets another 1-0. Check top. Olodaro's back. Thins the deck. And again, Nisekoi, even the only restriction is the GP Marika. You can never sleep on Nisekoi because like it always does what it needs to do. Generally speaking, like if you don't brick. And our resident Nisekoi player has always managed to do well with Nisekoi, regardless in the last couple weeks, regardless of who he's facing. New decks, old decks. He's just gonna go for the 2-soul. Just the 2-soul. Oh, he's siding for 1. Smart. He knew the 2-soul's coming up. He guarantees the damage. Takes the 1. Deals 1. Sticks level. Oh no, sorry, that's game. Level 3. Yeah, sorry. That was it. Oh, it was the next card. Yeah, very smart by Nisekoi player. Saw that it was a 2K, not 2K, sorry, 2-soul sides for the 3-2, and that's all she wrote. Very unfortunate for the Love Life Sunshine player after the refresh. Just kept hitting CX after CX into the clock, into the hand, brainstorming it, a bit rough. He also, unfortunately, played 1 stock to keep a card instead of using the Karen. I think a little bit missed away. If there was any time to lose a temple in the game, I think it was there. Else he would still have it might have been closer, I guess you could say, because he would have gotten the Chica and Yo earlier, because he would have had enough stock. But yeah, that is it for this week. Us playing at Titansville. Shoutouts to Titansville for allowing us to play Weiss every week, every Wednesday. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys this Friday at Sentry Box, starting at 6:30. Generally speaking, 6:30 Mountain Time. So until then, if you guys have any comments or anything like that, feel free to drop us a tweet or anything like that. Or of course, our YouTube channel if you would like to see any past videos. But anyways, I'd like to wish you guys to have a good night and see you next time.